good morning, depending on when you're listening to this. This is a new rendition of the Mind of Our podcast. And on today, I have a very, very special guest, someone that I feel like everyone is going to be blessed to hear what she has to say. And would you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Jada Justice, and I am a spoken word artist.
Indeed, indeed. And I just want to thank you for being able to be on my platform. And you are the first person to be featured on a new segment called A Creator's Light, Harness Your Gift. And for those that's listening to this right now, A Creator's Light, I wanted to make a segment for those artists or entertainers or anyone that had a certain gift, no matter what it was, and to be able to have a platform they could come to where they could feel comfortable and you could get to know the individual, but also we could key in on whatever their particular gift is. And so that's kind of why I wanted to carve out a lane specifically for that on my platform. And, Kiara, Jada Justice, as many know you as, I just like to say again, thank you so much for being on here. You're someone that through social media, I've seen a lot of posts you had, and you spark great conversation. You know how
Thank you.
to You're welcome. You know how to get your point across. You're very direct and you're honest. And I feel like that's what the world needs. And like I said, again, I appreciate you. And with that being said, I know the holidays is upon us right now. How are you doing? And also, like, how's your family doing as well?
Um, Everyone is very healthy, happy, and of course, my children are excited about Christmas, and my pockets hurt.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh! So you know how it is with those last minute gifts. So,
Yeah, I think you're definitely uh like many people across the world, I would say, around this time of the year. So I think everybody is feeling the same things you're feeling. So I can understand that. Now, seeing that you do have kids, how was it for you, like growing up and around holidays? Was it something to where you were excited about it, or you were one of those kids that's like, oh, I don't care about if I get, a new gift or not. I just like being around family. How was it for you?
so I have a Muslim background with my father, and my mother was Christian. So my dad, he never really celebrated Christmas, but what he would do is an I love you gift. So we would get a gift from him still, but we didn't celebrate Christmas with him. But as for my mother, she celebrated Christmas and Kwanzaa with me and my sister as we was growing up. And we were one of those kids that was lucky enough to get Christmas gifts and Kwanzaa presents. So Christmas was always a very good and very loving, very joyful event for us. So we got to learn about Jesus Christ, and then, in the birth of Jesus Christ, and we go to the nativity scenes and watch plays sometimes, and at the local church that we attended, which was Second Baptist in Rahway, New Jersey. And my pastor's name is Pastor Ely when I was younger.
Okay, well, that's great to hear.
Thank you.
So now I know you said you had those like different backgrounds as far as, with your parents and that experience. And so can you recall growing up, whether it was a family member, a friend, who do you feel really influenced you like growing up?
Um, I had so many. I was one of those kids at every point in my life. I've lived with a family member at one point in time. So, um, I'd say my cousin. Her name's Ebony Smallwood. She is a black LPN nurse, and she's an amazing. She's doing an amazing job raising her daughter, and she definitely influences me in a lot of ways because she was like a big sister growing up. Um, I have another cousin. Her name is Yvette. She's the one that like taught me everything about being a lady and how I should carry myself. So, um, my girl cousins on the Smallwood family side, definitely. So, those two people influenced me. And Yvette was actually, she's a teacher in Newark, New Jersey, by the way, and special needs teacher. And she definitely influenced me to write poetry, you know. So,
Yeah, that's very impactful because you know, as these young kids are coming up, having somebody that believes in them is what a lot of them are missing. You know, most times they're pushed to do what their parents couldn't do, or they're told, hey, you're gonna make something out of yourself. You're not just gonna sit around and play games or do what you want to do. You're gonna do, what I feel like is best for you. So having somebody that, gave you opportunity to really shine in something that you ended up being great at as you got older, that's very special. And then with that being said, like, at what age did you really figure out, hey, I'm pretty good at this, writing and expressing myself? And do you remember who was the first person you shared, like, either your writing with or your first poem with?
yes. So, my mom was a huge Prince fan growing up, and the first poem I ever wrote that kind of let me know that I actually have a gift, or I became very aware of it, was I wrote a poem called Doves Cry after his song. And the first person to listen to my poem was my sister. And let me tell you, my little sister, that's my ace boon coon, my ride or die. She the only one that understands my family and me because we got the same mother, same father. And, she just used to tell me all the time, like, you got something special, sis. And I was like, I don't know. And for some reason, that was the one that I wrote. And she just was like, that's it. Like, still to this day, she's my critic. Like, by the time I perform something, she's heard it multiple times. Like, I'm talking about from the rough draft to like, okay, I'm ready to perform it, to like now, okay, this is the finishing product, how I sound, how I'm looking, like, where do I need to put emphasis on? Like, she does not hold back. So once she give me the clearance, that's it. I'm dropping it, whatever it is.
And that's good to have somebody who can really give you constructive criticism versus somebody that, oh, because they can't do it, then they can't really see you doing it since they can't succeed at it. And that's a blessing for you to have somebody like that in your life, especially somebody you're very close with, and that just is just open to be real with you, and then you're able to be vulnerable with them, so that way you can really, succeed the way you want to. So I'm glad to hear that for you. Now,
Mhm.
I know when it comes to like writing and expressing yourself, it's very powerful. So now, did you ever feel like at a point, hey, am I just writing because it's maybe trendy or something I feel I can do to maybe garner attention, or this is something that I really believe in? Did you ever have that, um like, I guess, in that gray area where you felt like maybe I'm doing something trendy?
Um, no, I never felt like I was doing something trendy per se because it was always an outlet for me to just feel like I have a voice. And I just felt like I had something to say. Like, like I feel like that's important. Like, when you're writing or you're about to write something, you have to visualize what you want to say and what you're trying to convey to the audience. So I think that's important.
Yeah, it is important, and it's good that you figured out in the early beginnings. Hey, this is not something I'm doing because it's I've seen somebody else do it, or I just want to be like a quote unquote entertainer. It's something in me, and I want to be able to utilize it for the right purpose. So it's you definitely have that mindset, and I'm pretty sure those that are around you they appreciate it. So in life, of course, we go through things, our ups and downs, family, friends, at school, work, different things of that nature. Now, from your point of view, do you write more or do you write less when you're going through things?
Well, I won't lie. Um, when I was younger, I was writing a lot because, like I said, it was something that I felt like I had something to say. But as I progressed into adulthood, sometimes you just go through stuff and you just have nothing to give as a writer. And I have went through spells like that where I just don't have nothing to give. Like I got so many emotions going on inside myself that I don't even know how to properly articulate what I'm going through. So there has been times where I've been very silent with my work, but nowadays, like I'm using it as a way to free myself of certain emotions. So like when I'm sharing with you guys, I am literally giving pieces of myself away to you guys. Like this is my blood, sweat, and tears, like lessons learned, still learning. It really is just all of me. And I don't know how to properly express how much of myself I am giving when I write. It's my first love.
Well, I definitely can understand exactly where you're coming from, being a fellow writer as well. Being able to really put ourselves out there and just let it be known like this is how I feel. You can accept it, you can reject it, but either way it goes, I can't deny who I am and what I'm feeling inside. And it just takes one person that can feel similar to you, and that could be that one person that you help who they can help so many other people. So that makes a huge difference, no, for sure. Now,
Yeah.
with the way society is right now, it's a lot going on. There's turmoil, wars, psychological wars, spiritual warfare, so many different things that go on. And now, with your writing, do you feel like you hold back, or because of what's going on currently, or what's been going on over the past couple of years, you feel like, you know what, I'm gonna put my foot on the gas and I'm gonna go, even harder and even deeper in certain topics, and I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna be raw, and if I say something people don't agree with, I'm just gonna keep, going because it's something I feel that needs to be said that I'm not hearing.
Well, personally, when I write, period, um, I'm gonna give you it raw. Like, um, if I feel like that's the one place I could be 100% myself and naked. So to me, society does impact how I view certain things. And if I can incorporate that, whether it be about relationships, whether it be like me being a mother to an autistic child who's also black, or being a single mom, or just being a woman, whatever it is. Um, I take influence from everything. I'm very versatile with my writing. So, yes, I do believe society helps me to just pull a band aid off even more. Like, no, this is what I have to say. And whether you agree with it or not, it's been said, and you can never be blind to it. Because even if people are blind to it, after you hear my poetry, you're not going to be blind anymore. you know?
Oh yeah. And that's what I noticed, from you. That's something that kind of stood out, as I would see some of the posts you would make. You will really just give your perspective. And it's something, to me, when I would read it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this isn't something where you're follow the crowd or you seen something else and you're just adding on to it, like you're giving a real thorough perspective. And I was like, yeah, this is exactly like the type of person I could see myself networking with and building with as we are right now. So I got a hard question for you, and hopefully you'll be able to answer. If not, that's fine. Why
Okay.
what made you call yourself Jada Justice? And then did you have another name in mind before that?
Yes. So originally, when I first started writing at the age of 13, I didn't have a name. But by the time I turned 15, I had seen a movie called Poetic Justice that starred Janet Jackson and, of course, Tupac Shakur. And I was a huge fan of Tupac. And I just was like, my name going to be Jada. My name is going to be Justice, excuse me. And I took the name Justice, and then I did a performance at my high school, and I linked up with some more poetry kids. And this guy was like, in my poetry class, was like, listen, I think you should visit this movie called Jason's Lyrics. And he was like, because I feel like you should start calling yourself Jada Justice. And I'm like, Jada Justice, like, why would I do that? Like, Justice is just fine. He's like, yeah, but it got a nice ring to it. So I went and I visited the movie, and it starred Jada Pinkett Smith, and I fell in love with that movie. So I was like, you know what? Jada Justice it is. And ever since then, that's been my name.
No doubt. So it's good to know, when you hear somebody's name and then you hear the backstory, it's like, oh wow, like that's why you call yourself that. Because you hear so many names now, people call themselves, different objects that we use every day. I'm,
Right.
I'm fan man, or just all just different types of names. Some comical, some they're like can't be said on national TV or whatever. But kind of to know like the backstory of your name, it's like wow, like you took something that you seen in a movie and you turn it into something that you could use as a stage name. And I think that will encourage other people, like, you know what, I can do something similar, or maybe if it's a book they read and they have a favorite character, you know what, I can compile, maybe that name is something else. So that's good. I feel like it's great that you was able to shed light on that.
Oh,
And
yes. If,
as far as with names, people give themselves, as far as aliases or whatever the case may be. When it comes to kids, you're a mother, so you definitely be able to, answer this. How important it is to be mindful of the nicknames we give our kids growing up, or the names in general we give them.
well, I think, having a Muslim background, Muslims always say, a good name is worth more than gold. So I truly believe in that, even though I am Christian. And I gave my children Muslim names. So my son's name is Yeshua, and it means God's favorite. And then my daughter's name, he's a twin, by the way, and he's autistic. And my other daughter's name, that's the other twin, her name is Hassana, which means beautiful, and that she is. And then my last daughter's name, her name is Naima Zakia. So Naima means joyful, and Zakia means purpose. And when I had my last daughter, um, it was a joyful experience because it was something different from the experience I had carrying my twins. One, she was a single birth. Like, let's start off with that. And purpose, because she made me come into my purpose. Like, when I named her Purpose, I thought it was just for her. Like, some way, somehow, God made that purpose forced to come out of me. So I definitely feel like I picked great, fantastic names. And my name is also Kiara, which means to make a change. So I my dad gave me a great name, and I gave great names to my children.
Yeah, yeah, you know, you definitely took the time to give them their names, and then you were given a name, which you said means change, and you know, with your words and the poems you have, you definitely will change a lot of people's perspective, and hopefully, you know, help them to be open minded about certain things that they felt like they didn't need to really either revisit or think about when it comes to the different topics and the concepts that you have with your writing. So, you know, in this coming year, 2023, what are you looking forward to?
So, poetry wise, I want to do more open mics or events. Um, I have, I'm going to be featured on someone's album, and do an introduction, and it's going to be two original poems that I am going to recite on his album. The artist's name is Mad Max, or sometimes he goes by King Jace. His Instagram handle is underscore MVD underscore MVX underscore Almighty. He is a phenomenal rapper, and he gave me an opportunity to feature my talent on his album, and I am so excited and I cannot wait to record it. Like, we are literally making magic, you know? And I have some business ventures that have nothing to do with the poetry. I own a LLC. It's called Crown Me Products. So hopefully in the future, the near future, I will start selling my products. I will be making a beard oil for the men. You know, the natural oils that everybody can get from the natural store. I'll be doing that, and soap, incense, sage. You know, I want to focus on healing skin, because you know, my the reason why I'm so into like skin and stuff is because my daughter suffered from eczema, and I would Google ways to, like, you know, relieve her from the pain, especially in the winter months where we live. So I'm very versed in that, and that is my new venture.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you're gonna have a lot in store for this coming year and then moving forward. So, I mean, I'm proud of you. You know what you're doing, especially being a mother and an entrepreneur. You really gonna inspire so many out here, and I just want you to continue doing what you're doing for sure. And like I said, I again thank you for being on here, and just like I said, your time is definitely valued, and like I said, it really means a lot. Anything else you want to add before we close out?
Yes. Another reason I'm revisiting one of the last questions that you asked, which was where I got my name from. I forgot to add that I was also picking Justice as my name because Maya Angelou really influenced me a lot into writing. And, you know, in that movie, Poetic Justice, she was featured with Phenomenal Woman, and, you know, she had a small cameo in the movie. And my closing remark is a Maya Angelou quote, and it's called You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise up from, and how you can still come up out of it. And I am a firm believer in what she is saying right there, because no matter what you go through, you know, you could either be the victim or the victor. And some days you're going to feel like the victim. But as long as you get up and you fight, and you understand that there is a bigger plan, I feel like you'll make it out of anything. And that's when you become the victor.
Yes, indeed, and that's what it's about. Rising up through the different things we go through and succeeding and being an inspiration to so many different people, and that's what you're going to continue to do. And I like to say again, I'm very proud of what you have going on and what you have accomplished and will accomplish. And you are also the first person featured on creators like, Harness Your Gift. This platform, like I said, was designated for people like yourself and many others who have gifts or talents they would like to be featured, and they're looking for a platform they can feel comfortable on and just be able to be themselves. And that's what this is about. So, thank you for being the first person on here. It definitely means a lot to me and to all my listeners out here. This is only part one, so you're in store for a great treat for part two. And everybody, thank you so much for continuing to support me. There's more in store. And thank you again, Kiera, aka Jada Justice. You know what I'm saying? And you
Thank you
all,
so.
yeah, no problem. You're definitely welcome. And to everyone, y'all have a great rest of your year and continue progressing. And always remember, stay rich in mind. Peace.